What's up, everybody? Welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric. On the bar for today, I got a funky bourbon, Barrell Armida. As always here on the channel, nose, taste, finish review. This is coming your way. I'll tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, a final score, and leave you with a malt musing. But first, if you've yet to, you know the drill, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss any of these reviews. I put them out every Friday here on the tube. Also, Tuesday happy hour every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Would love to see you in the chat. Barrell. So the first thing you need to know about Barrell is they are not distilling their own spirit. They may be in the process of doing it now, but they're definitely not bottling it at this point. All of their stuff is sourced. So what they're really known for, they're coming out of Louisville, Kentucky, is their maturation processes, their blending, and their bottling. Okay. This one in particular, here's the tail of the tape. This is called the Armida. This is bottled at 56.77% cask strength, or 113.54 proof in America. It is a bourbon whiskey finished in pear brandy, rum, and Sicilian Amaro casks. It says it is distilled in Tennessee, so this is likely George Dickel whiskey that we are looking at in here. Since it's a bourbon, we know it's this is a natural color. It doesn't say anything about chill filtration on here, but I'm going to assume they didn't. So Barrell really has been putting out a couple of these really interesting triple finished bottles. There's the first one they did was called the Dovetail. Then it was this one, and then most recently the highly sought after, widely loved Barrell Seagrass, which was a rye whiskey. So the Armida was the second one they really did in this series of kind of off the wall finishes. So we're going to get this in the glass. Take a little taste here, see what it's all about, and I can share with you what my thoughts are. Is the color. Again, we are just going to assume that it's natural because, of course, it's a bourbon, so they all need to be. Okay, on the nose. And when I said this is a funky off-the-wall whiskey, I was not kidding. Okay. So the profile of this is fruity and sweet. And so really you're getting kind of bourbon cask fruit notes, or I'm sorry, sweetness. Like there's a bit of caramel, a light vanilla, a light brown sugar. There's a ton of pear. And it's not overpowering. It's quite nice, actually, giving this an extra sweetness. There's a hint of toffee and nutmeg, getting a bit of spice. And then you're getting a slight kind of herbal note. And this is definitely coming, I would think, from that Amaro cask. Amaro is an Italian liqueur, usually kind of more on the like herbaceous, bitter, dark fruit side of things. Dry. All in all, an incredibly inviting nose. Very, very intriguing stuff. Just a lot of like light cinnamon notes coming out of this. And every time you put your nose, you're getting more. There's even like a maraschino cherry. You're just picking up something different every time. Wow. And almost like a confectionery, like when you walk into a high-end, smell of a high-end candy shop. It's the best way to describe it. Powdered sugar, just kind of light baked sweets. Okay, let's give it a taste. Wow. So it arrives rich on the palate, caramely, vanilla, pear, sweet, ripe pear fruit, almost juicy. Little hints of that maraschino cherry again. Then you get a nice dryingness on the back of the development as it goes into the finish. You're getting a little hints of tropical fruit, which maybe are coming from that rum. A kind of nice dryness, almost like Campari. Amaro is similar to Campari. You're getting a little bit of that, also with dark, toasted, charred oak, which is bringing some chocolate, some spiciness. It goes into a medium long finish. Again, juicy, spicy, and slightly drying. Very rich, long finish. Wow. Maybe medium long on the finish. Let me do one more neat sip here. This is just wow. So much flavor. I think the bourbon cask in the bourbon influence in here is shows up in the form of oak, maybe some dark cocoa notes, the slight vanilla, and the light caramel. As far as these casks go, though, the pear is much more up front. It does add a little extra sweetness all the way through. I think we're getting a hint of tropical fruit, which I think might be coming from the rum. We don't know how long it was in each of these finishing barrels. And that Amaro, perfectly kind of balanced. It's not overpowering, like taking over the show here. Just adding an extra kind of element to the drying oak finish. Let's do some water. Again, this is bottled at a hefty 56.77% ABV. I'm gonna put 7 or 8 drops on here. I'm really curious to see what else we can tease out of this whiskey. Here we go. On the nose with water. Wow, much more fragrant, almost like hints of kind of a sawdust note. Cinnamon, red hot cinnamon candy. That pear has been tamed down a little bit. This is showing much more to the cask now with water. So if you like a bit of a spicier whiskey, you can definitely tease it out of here with water. Wow. All right. Wow. Water really extends the development even further. Definitely makes this more drying and more oaky. It's tamed down the sweetness quite a bit. So you're getting much more spice and kind of dryness with the addition of water here. Finish, not quite as interesting with water. It's shortened up to around a medium finish. I think this is a perfectly fine dram to drink neat because of all that sweetness forward. But if you like something drier and more spicy, you can add water to it. But personally, I think neat's the way to go. Wow. Okay. Bottle of Barrell Armida. Here in the United States, 2022. This is not an exclusive whiskey. You can get your hands on this in most good whiskey shops. While supplies might be limited, this is usually one that you will find amongst their bourbon barrel, their bourbon batch releases and some of their other stuff. So I think you should be able to get your hands on it. If you do see it, you're going to be looking at around $75 to $80 USD for this. And yes, while there is no age statement on this, and even a little searching on the internet didn't tell me any of the ages of the blends they put in here. The uniqueness alone makes this a really a standalone, standout type of whiskey, something that you may not get your hands on, and really a flavor profile and anything else. So value-wise, cask strength, 3 finishes, I'm feeling a medium-high value on this. Okay, let's talk final thoughts. I think they hit it out of the park with this. This is a really, really tasty whiskey. I'm impressed by their ability to use that many seemingly very different finishes to create this. I think this has got something for everybody. People who are into kind of rum or sweeter whiskeys might really, really enjoy this as a change of pace. If you are like a drier whiskey, a bit of water on this bourbon will really give you what you need there. And honestly, this is just so much fun to drink. There's a lot to explore here, and I'm really enjoying it. I can definitely see getting another bottle of this myself. So I'm going to put this at a score that really kind of says how much I appreciate this whiskey. This is a 4 out of 5 whiskey for me. Compared to the Barrell Seagrass, the rye that came out this year also had 3 different finishes. I think this one is neck and neck. This is a bit sweeter, maybe a little bit less complex. But again, batch variation may vary slightly, but I don't think you should worry about it too much. If you were looking for something different, a change of pace, something to really wake up your palate, just to really see what can be done. Barrell, with finishes in bourbon, Barrell is doing some of the best stuff out here, and this Armida is a testament to that. So I enthusiastically give this a 4 out of 5 and recommend you get yourself a bottle if this sounds like something you'd like. All right, y'all, I'm going to enjoy the second dram of this and kick you on over to your malt musing. With that, I will see you next time here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Cheers.